Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
My friend's in here. We were just chatting, but she won't talk unless you would like her to. Then that's fine.
Y'all all can y'all could chime in. I don't care.
Okay, that's cool. So if you don't mind, I'm going to tell people the premise that you had, and then we can go from there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you reached out to me and said you wanted to debate and said that veganism has nothing to do with animal welfare or health. It's an LGBTQ agenda used to control the masses. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. I usually wouldn't have this discussion because it perplexes me, but I really am quite intrigued to know, why this is the case and why you think this. So I'm assuming you're not LGBTQ yourself, are you?
What?
You're not part of the LGBTQ community, are you?
Of course not.
Of course. For clarity, do you know that I am?
The I am?
No, I am me.
Well, you will get a whole lot of information today.
Oh yeah, you're gonna teach me. Yeah, I'm a fully blown lesbian. There's no saving me. Not a shock on the planet could save me. So, so I'm really intrigued to know about this because I just didn't get the memo about this gay agenda. So I would just like to know firstly what the gay agenda even is because I'm not aware of it, and I thought I'd be like the first to know.
Well, are you a feminist?
Am I a feminist? Yeah, I'm what they call a difference feminist or a second wave feminist.
What's that?
So it's the idea of like equality of outcome. Is that the right term? It's basically no, not equality of outcome. The equality, the ability for women to just do what they would like to do, have the freedom, to not be judged based upon like gender norms. If a woman or a man, if a man wants to wear a dress, if he wants to present himself in a feminine manner, he's still valid. And if a woman wants to pursue roles that are considered, conventionally
Well,
masculine, then that's absolutely.
well,
Hang on, I hang on.
okay.
That's absolutely fine. I don't think that things should be confined to a gender, and that somebody should be judged negatively based upon wanting to do certain things that fit into a different category. But yeah, difference feminist. It's quite similar to third wave, but not quite. But that's me. You carry on.
Well,
Opportunity, yeah.
you need to look up NK Ultra Mind Control.
Why?
Because you weren't born with the idea of feminism. So your reality is based on someone else's ideology.
I wasn't born with the idea of anything. I was
Okay,
taught
so
something.
why are you with an idea that's not yours? You did come up with the idea of feminism.
But you didn't come up with the idea of anti-feminism. Someone told you that. So, like, we communicate ideas so that we can even conceptualize these terms. Someone had to tell you.
Anti-feminism is an idea that straight people came up with. We don't care about feminism.
Sorry, I'm very confused right now. Can you elaborate?
I mean, none of us come out the womb saying we want to be a feminist.
None of us come out of the womb saying we want to be an engineer, that we want to work at a shop, that we want to paint. Like, none of us say I want to be an artist. None of us say I want to make music. So what's this got to do with anything? Just because you are born and you don't think anything doesn't mean that there's this negative attribution to being taught something.
Yeah, which means you come in the world with a clean slate. People only put ideologies in your head.
Yeah, and so the only time I would say, okay, well, this ideology is bad is if it's harmful. Then I'm going to start thinking, okay, this is, or if it's like hateful or something like that, then I'm going to be like, okay, which, underpins in harmful. So
Well,
I don't see why it's a problem to even be taught this idea of like feminism. Are
well,
you what feminism are you talking about, by the way? Like, what do you
I'm,
think?
I'm talking about all feminism. I think it's
Okay, well, we're not going to use slurs because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Okay, and all right.
yeah, but the reality is you
Okay,
can't prove. The reality is that me and you, you're a woman, I'm a man,
I am
right?
a woman, yeah.
Okay, so your equality argument dies.
Well, equality of opportunity. So the equal
What
right for us to vote.
opportunity? What
Do you believe should have the right to vote? Because that was a feminist
Yeah.
idea. So you said you're against all feminism. Feminists came along.
Wait. Feminist voting has nothing to do with it being a feminist.
Ah,
Anybody can vote.
I'm Paul. My dude. I'm so sorry, but the whole reason the first wave of feminism started, one of the main components was that women wanted the right to vote. Like that is like the first thing that you learn about feminism. We didn't have the right to vote, like about 100 years ago. So
Actually, wait. Actually, you did have the right to vote because yeah, African Americans made it so y'all could be able to vote. And women had more of an option to vote than white women had more of an option to vote than black
yeah,
women.
they did. Yeah.
Black people couldn't even vote.
Nope. Nope. They
But
couldn't.
yet but yet our ancestor was the one that gave everybody the right to vote.
I know, and it's wrong. Like that entire the civil rights movement, everything that people are calling for in order to make sure that people can have equality, so that they're not recognised as other in a negative way. I am totally for that, and that extends to women as well. But I'm really confused because you're saying you're against all feminist stuff, but then when I was talking about the right to vote, you were like, no, I'm not against that. When that's like an intrinsically. So
Yeah,
what is it?
but can
What
you
is it currently that women? Let's just make this quick because we want to get back to veganism. What is it currently about that women are allowed to do or wish to do that you think they shouldn't do or be allowed to do?
I mean everybody goal in life is to free themselves from the government. The
I
government has no right to tell me what it can't do. If I want to vote, then I'm going to vote. You can't take my right away and say, "Oh, you can't vote."
I don't know if that like answered my question. I right so
It did. It did answer the question because
what was my
you can't.
question, Paul? What was my question?
I mean, you're asking me about freedoms.
No,
Yeah,
well,
you
I
actually
technically
are
am, but
asking.
what do women currently do that you think they shouldn't do or shouldn't want to do?
I don't know. You have the right to do whatever you want to do. I can't tell you women what to do or what not to do.
Okay, I'm quite confused. So let's just move on. So what do you think the gay agenda is?
I mean, I don't know what you're confused about because that's just regular protocol. If you want to do something, like you have the freedom to do it.
Paul, I really don't know. So I am confused about the gay agenda because I don't know what it means. I don't know what it entails. What is the gay agenda? Like, what do you think? Like, where's it coming from? What does it want? Like, what do
It's
you?
coming from the government. The government created the gay agenda back in the 70s. So you can manipulate somebody biologically. Like this has nothing to do with health. This is about biology.
So okay, so you think that veganism is linked to the government biologically trying to change people?
Yes.
How?
Yes. What?
How?
Do you eat soy?
Yes, and it's a phytoestrogen. So I would have to eat considerably, like, massive amounts that I would never be able to consume in order for that to even have an effect on me. But
Do you drink bottled water?
do you drink dairy?
Yeah.
That has actual estrogen in it because it's literally the breast milk of another species of animal. That's about as like feminine as you can get. You know, I don't I'm really confused.
Actually, it doesn't.
Okay,
I don't.
according to what?
I don't understand what you're talking about because that's not even the same estrogen.
No, in plants it's not phytoestrogen, and then you have estrogen that can affect much easier the.
I mean, have you ever heard of xenoestrogen?
I don't believe I have. No.
Exactly. There's no xenoestrogen in milk.
I have no idea what you're talking about. If you send me a paper showing to me that plant-based, like so soy, for example, has effects on like true feminizing effects on the human body, then I'd be up for it. But I don't understand if we could like.
Do you understand why farmers don't? Do you understand why farmers don't feed the animals soy?
They do feed their animals soy. Like
No,
a lot of it. A lot of.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Prove it.
Okay, let's do it now. Wait, Nicole. I'm pretty sure you have some stuff about the soy, how much soy is actually fed to animals, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I've got my trusty helper with me. Could you get it?
Sure. You're just looking at like what purposes it goes to.
Yeah, I just want to know because he's just said that soy is not fed to animals. And
oh God, that's very wrong.
I know.
I'll post it in the Zoom. Chat.
Thank
if
you
you scroll
so
down.
much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives a breakdown of the allocation of global soy production to its end uses by weight. And animal feed accounts for 77%.
You know why both of y'all wrong? Because every farmer don't grow soy. So where does the animal get the soy from? If the soy isn't even grown on a damn farm, I mean that doesn't make sense. Whoa. You can't feed the animal something that hasn't even been grown on the farm.
Are you just denying the existence of soy?
I can what?
Are you just denying the existence of soy? Like soy just doesn't exist. So how could it possibly be fed to animals if it doesn't exist?
Okay, you're filibustering.
My bad. I apologize.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, right? But we'll go back to this. Okay, so I think we can conclude that soy is indeed actually fed to animals. So I don't know what question you were going to ask me, but I don't know.
You're talking about factory farming. You're not talking about local farming.
Okay, well you're moving the goalpost. You said, do you know why they don't feed soy to animals? And they do. And now you're like, oh, well, they don't for, you talk about factory farmed animals. Well, yeah.
You
like
gotta do, 99... you have to do more research.
Oh, I'm sure I do, Paul. We all need to do some more research here, I think. But listen to me. 99%, or it's at least 95+% from what I've read, of the animals...
Your numbers are wrong.
You haven't even bloody heard what I was going to say, Paul, so how can you even say that?
Because I have researched that every farmer don't grow soy on their property.
I don't know what that's got to do with anything. They are objectively fed soy. You were going to ask me why they're not fed soy, and they are. So we're already at a bit of an impasse here.
I never asked you that they fed them soy.
No, you said to me, do you know why they do not feed animals soy? And that's when I went, they do though. And you were like, no, they don't.
No, but you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Well, luckily this is recorded, so I can go back and look, can't I?
What?
Luckily, you're on stream, so I can hear exactly what you're saying, and I can go back and look, and we'll see whether or not you actually said that. But I'm very sure that you said that they were not fed soy.
They're not fed soy because soy isn't on the farm. How can I feed you something that's not on the farm?
Well, it's transported
to
This isn't rocket science either, Paul. People transport plants to other areas so that others can consume them. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm very perplexed. And firstly, Paul, right, before we can even go here, I'm going to need some evidence that the soybeans the phytoestrogens within them have feminizing effects, because otherwise this claim that, oh, this is like the government ploy, that they are biologically wanting to change people and somehow that's part of the gay agenda, and that has something to do with philosophy that is to do with like the ethics of animals. I'm going to need to see some evidence that that's even the case. Like, there's a lot going on here that I'm very confused about, Paul.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the ingredients list to your email, or maybe I could send it through messages.
There's a Zoom chat at the bottom. If you look, it says chat. But I don't know what ingredients this is going to tell me. I'm looking for studies on the feminizing effects of soy. Or any plant for that matter. Maybe we can go from there.
Okay, so let me hold on. Okay. I'm giving you the feed of what the farm I get my milk from is feeding them.
Wait, so hang on, before you even send this, because this isn't necessary. Are you saying that because the farm you get them from...
Don't run.
Don't worry, babes.
Run.
I am not running. I'm right here. I'm going to stay right here. Listen to me, okay? Are you saying that because the one that you get your flesh from, because they don't use soy, that therefore others don't?
Well, what do you think is the point of me sourcing out the milk so I don't have to consume soy?
But milk has estrogen in it. Why are you trying to avoid estrogen and then eating dairy?
See, you don't understand how hormones work in the body. It can have estrogen.
I know how they work in the
not...
body, and that's why I know phytoestrogens aren't something that has an effect like actual estrogen does.
Okay, do you understand that estrogen is natural for men to have? It just doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Just doesn't. It doesn't override the testosterone.
That's why I'm confused as to why you'd even avoid soy in the first place, Paul.
Because it's stupid.
How?
Because you don't need it in your body. Why would you put something in your body that you don't need?
You don't need the breast milk of another species of animal, Paul.
Says who?
Well, firstly, biology, really. I mean, if we needed the milk of another species of animal, that would be a bit sod's law, wouldn't it? Because we were getting on just fine beforehand, before we even started drinking the breast milk of other species of animal. Plus, we haven't. This is why people end up being lactose intolerant. Lots of people are lactose intolerant, Paul.
I don't know what history class was. You don't know nothing about lactose intolerance.
I know about lactose intolerance, Paul. I have it. I know. If I accidentally consume some lactose, I know about it in about 10 minutes, Paul. I know a little bit about lactose intolerance, my dude. Okay, all right. And breathe. We're fine.
Do you take digestive enzymes with your food?
No.
Exactly. That's why you're lactose intolerant. Your body doesn't produce the lactase, which breaks down the lactose.
Because we don't need that after we wean off our mother's breast milk, Paul. That's why we don't need it.
I don't mean to sound a little racist, but you're actually white. You have to consume milk.
I don't have the ability to absolutely do so. It's just because in northern countries we have consumed the breast milk of other species of animals for longer than other countries.
Because your diet isn't sufficient for you to be able to handle.
So can I just ask, so when I said we were surviving without, because you said, why would you put something in your body that you don't need? And then I'm talking about, why would you eat dairy? And you said, because you need it. And then I said, well, we haven't been consuming, we haven't always been consuming the breast milk of other species of animals throughout the history of our existence. And you said, you don't know history.
I need it.
So are you telling me, Paul, that throughout human history, we have consumed in our diets the breast milk of other species of animals.
Yes.
Throughout.
You want to go online and look at the African tribe in Africa called the Maasai. Their whole diet is based on dairy. So I don't know what you're talking about.
What about the rest of them? How did we have access to do this throughout human history?
I don't understand why it's so hard. Your ancestors, I'm pretty sure your ancestors come from Europe.
Yeah.
All throughout Europe, they consume dairy.
Yeah, but not all the way throughout, though. Before Europe was even really a thing, you know, we were walking about. Were we consuming the breast milk of other species of animal? You're saying you don't know whether or not we were. I would say, how on earth would we have all been...
What are you talking about?
Right, okay, do you have some evidence for that then? I'd love to see it.
I don't need evidence.
Yes, you do. You just said you know. So this is what, because you weren't there, you're going to need evidence that it was the case, because you're not going to know otherwise, are you? So yes, you do need evidence.
Well, you weren't there to know that they wasn't.
No, that's why I like evidence. Evidence is really tasty. I really like it. That's why I would like some.
You don't have evidence.
Give me some lovely evidence to have a little chomp on, because you just said that you know. I'm highly skeptical that throughout human history we were able to use the breast milk of other species of animal all throughout human history. I'm skeptical of that. But you just said you know that we did. So I'd like to see the evidence you have to show that that is the case. Can you provide it?
No, because you can't provide that there weren't.
Well, you're making a positive claim, so the burden of proof would be on you, Paul.
Yeah, but you can't prove it.
Paul, I don't think you're listening to literally anything I've said so far.
You can't come up with a point that you want me to prove, but you can't prove the point.
Yeah, because I'm skeptical of it. So you've just said you know that it is the case, so I'd like to see what you've used to form your opinion. What have you used? What have you seen?
Well, what opinion are you forming saying that we don't...
Answer the question.
I answered the question already.
No, with a question. What evidence do you have? You just said you know. So great. Can you show me how you know?
Look, I'm not going to argue with you about a stalemate. Because that's all you're doing. You're creating a stalemate.
How?
Because neither one of us could prove our argument.
My argument isn't even a positive claim, though. It's that I'm skeptical.
But you don't even have an argument.
Paul, listen. So. Yeah, I'm skeptical that throughout human history, we have been able to consume the breast milk of other species of animal. And I am skeptical that it would be a necessity to drink the breast milk of other species of animal. You are saying we do need it, and we've always drank it throughout human history. Paul, stop, babe, stop. I will just mute you. Just listen. Because now I've lost my train of thought, and now I have to start all over again. Okay?
Well, that's the vegan diet.
No, it's when people interrupt while I've got a train of thought and I'm trying to talk. Okay? So, you have made a claim that you do know that it is the case that we do need the breast milk of other species of animal, and that throughout human history we've consumed it. So I've asked you to show me then if that you know that that's the case. What evidence that you have to substantiate that? And then you're going, oh, well, do you have any? It's like, well, no, because I'm skeptical. I don't need to give you evidence. You have made a positive claim. The burden of proof is on you to provide the evidence that has made it so that you have gone, oh yeah, I know that this is the case. Do you understand, Paul? You can speak now.
No, because that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I've put it in plain
The
plain
point
English.
of the debate is for someone to prove the case. If neither one of us can prove the case, then it's a stalemate.
Paul, the burden of proof is on you because you've come here with the claim that let's just read it again. That veganism has nothing to do with animal welfare or health. It's an LGBTQ agenda used to control the masses. So you've made a very what's the term that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So actually, you've come here. You're supposed to present evidence to me of this case. I don't know why you don't know that.
Because okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, about to clean you up right now.
You're gonna clean me up.
Yeah,
Mop the floor.
I don't know.
Mop the floor with
I
me,
don't
Paul.
know what's wrong with y'all.
Oh, a lot, Paul. Would you like a list?
Or what?
A list. I have a list I could compile for you of all the things that are wrong with me. Would you like it?
Well, that's due to your diet. So
Oh yeah. Well, again, another positive claim that you would need to substantiate. But let's move on, okay? Because we're not. I think we're realizing that you're not going to give me evidence. So let's talk about.
You don't have any evidence either.
Paul, we've gone through this. What evidence?
Why I gotta play your game when you won't play mine?
I've already explained it because you wanted a debate, and this is how they function. Right, Nicole, are you with us? Are you with us right now? She might be.
Yes.
So am I wrong in saying that if he's come to a debate with a positive claim about how the veganism's got nothing to do with ethics or health, it's an LGBTQ agenda, that you should give it evidence?
We're not gonna deal with confirmation bias. Of course, you're gonna take his side in the argument.
Oh no! I'm very vocally critical of other vegans.
she nitpicks me to the nth degree. So if we have a problem here, then she will tell me.
Yes,
she's no different than people on your page that agrees with everything you say.
Well, I'm sorry that you blanketly assume everybody's the same in a given group, but that's not really my problem, Paul.
I mean, that's how it goes. Go to anybody page. You got it. You. If you go to Freight to Final right now, everybody's will agree with him.
Not everyone. No, his page is full of people who think he's silly. There's a lot of people who like him, but yeah. But anyway, Nicole, am I wrong for believing the burden of proof would be on him?
Here you go with confirmation bias again.
Just hush for 1 second, okay? Mm-hmm. Not you, Nicole. You.
Well, I was gonna say we can appeal to other things besides Ellie and myself to demonstrate the point she's making, because there is a concept known as the burden of proof. This concept exists independently of any of us in the room, and the burden of proof basically says if you're the one who makes the claim, if you're the one who makes a positive claim, if you're the one who says something is the case, then it is your responsibility to
check your email. Check your email.
Do you have a point to add to what Nicole just said before you do?
No, I don't need her in the echo chamber. So
okay, that's really okay, brilliant. Okay, so let's move on. I don't know what this goat feed ingredients is, and
let's move on to your email that I sent you.
Yeah, it's the ingredients of goat feed. What's that got to do with anything?
So, can you read it? Why are you asking me questions about it? Read it and tell me what you think.
What? Raw organic 100% grass-fed goat milk. Yeah. Can you tell me what your point is? I'm starting to get impatient now.
Miss, it's on the thing. Read the entire...
Yeah. What?
You're not going to read the first sentence.
Paul, tell me what the conclusion is to showing me this. What are you trying to tell me? And then we can see if it's even worth going through.
I mean, you're not reading it?
Yes, because you know why
you're going to let me read it out for you?
Do you know why I'm not doing so? Because beforehand, when I questioned you and said, what are you going to tell me? That because you don't, you go to a place that doesn't require soy, or they don't use soy, that suddenly that means that nowhere else uses soy, because we had this problem before. So this is why I'm thinking it's a moot point. It doesn't make any sense to me why you're giving it to me. That's why I want to know why you are sending it to me and why I need to read it out anyway.
Because I told you every farmer doesn't use soy or corn.
Didn't say every single farmer uses soy.
Yes, you did. You told me.
Paul, no, I didn't. It's just, how can every farmer use soy when there are other places, other farms that are using things like corn and other grains? I don't believe that all use soy. That is not a claim that I've made. It was a claim that I thought you made regarding the fact that I thought you said that nowhere uses soy, which I believe you did do, and I can check it back on the replay. I am absolutely...
No, I didn't,
I'll watch it back.
I don't order food from a farm that use corn and soy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Paul, I'm really confused. Right. Do you think that I think
Why
that...
are you always confused?
Oh, it's just because sometimes I hear things, they just perplex me, Paul. Let me just clarify. Do you believe...
Why are you perplexed?
Okay,
this is not rocket science.
Paul, listen to me. Do you believe that I think all farms...
I don't live by belief. Paul, I live by fact.
Okay, do you think it's a fact that I believe that all farms use soy?
I mean, if you believe that, there's something is wrong.
No. Do you think I believe it? Yes or no?
Yeah, you told me that you did.
No, I didn't, because I don't believe that. I don't believe for a second that every single farm is using soy. There are literally grass-fed plots. There are grain-fed plots. There are corn. I don't believe that, Paul. So if you thought I believed that previously, okay, well, now we've cleared it up. I don't believe that, so now we can move on. Yeah? Okay, Paul. Right, so let's move on to the actual animal ethics, okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, I joined veganism because and became vegan myself because I believed that it was wrong to exploit and kill animals. I'm confused as to how you've got to the idea that it's got absolutely nothing to do with ethics, and it is in fact exclusive. Paul, I haven't finished. Paul, I have not finished. Okay. I want to know how you believe it's got nothing to do with the ethics whatsoever, that I didn't actually, join it for that, and that I've been somehow, I don't know, I guess like propagandized into fake believing in the moral rights of animals, and that it's all to do with biologically feminizing people. Because you say it's part of the LGBTQ agenda, which you say is the government trying to biologically change people.
Well, yeah, is what they try to do with everything. I mean, if you biologically try to change the society, then people are not going to be able to reproduce. And if you stop people from reproducing, that's part of population control.
So do you believe that consuming soy reduces or rather increases infertility rates?
Yes.
Do you have evidence for that claim?
Do I have evidence for that claim?
Yes.
I personally know people who have miscarriages because they consume soy.
How do you know that it's soy? Do you have evidence that soy causes miscarriages?
Yeah, because a lot of women are losing their cycles.
Paul, how do you know that has anything to do with soy consumption? Like, what have you read that's told you that is the case? What have you read, Paul? Like, what have you read that's said this? Because are you familiar with the hierarchy of scientific evidence?
I don't think you are.
I am, and I'll tell you how I know I'm familiar with it, because when you're looking at... All right,
show me a paper. Show me a paper then.
Paul, I'm trying to explain the hierarchy of scientific evidence. That's not a paper. So when it's a pyramid, and we're looking at the least reliable sources of information. So down there you've got things like case studies, which are basically glorified anecdotes, and then up the top you've got like peer-reviewed literature. Okay, further down slightly you've got like cohort studies and all of that. So when you're telling me I have a friend who suffered a miscarriage because of soy, that is not even on the pyramid. That is an anecdotal claim. It's not a reliable source of information. There are so many reasons that people can suffer miscarriages. So many reasons. But you are saying, oh, it's because of the soy. This is why, if you're saying that this is the case, again, you're making a positive claim. The burden of proof is on you. Regardless of whether or not you think, oh, Nicole was just, there's confirmation bias. No, that is how a debate works. You've made a positive claim. Burden of proof is on you. If someone asks you for the evidence to support your claim, then you've got to provide it, or we've got to move on and dismiss what you've said. So I need proof that soy causes or has any correlation to miscarriages, And the one before, what was it? About
See,
soy causing infertility.
See, you're playing the game now. Because you didn't even see. I don't like playing this game with people because they ask for evidence, and then I give you the evidence, and you don't even read it.
Give me the evidence, right? Then you haven't given it to me, have you? So I'm looking for soy causing infertility, and I'm looking for soy causing miscarriages. Do you have any? What studies do you have? Like, what studies have you given people previously and they've dismissed? Because it's not necessarily the case that you will give me a study and that I will look at it and think, okay, well, suddenly I believe you, because it might have nothing to do with it. It might not be a reliable source. Maybe you'll link me an article, and again, they are at the bottom of the hierarchy of scientific evidence. So, are you with us, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta look it up.
Oh, so you don't know?
Of course I know, but it's stuff I researched and...
Okay, alright. Do you want to, like, hold it off and we just carry on? Because I'm interested about how this is even a gay agenda anyway. Like, I'm a gay person. I'm a lesbian. I don't have any agenda to feminize people. And I don't know where on earth, like, who's in charge of this idea? Like, why has the government got anything to do with the LGBTQ in that sense? And why is that suddenly...
The government has to do with everything. What are you talking about?
Yes, I'm not saying...
The air you breathe,
Paul,
the water you drink, the food you get.
Paul,
what are you talking...
Paul, I'm not saying, right? I'm not saying that, the government haven't got anything to do with anything. I'm just asking why this would be the thing that they are requiring, dedicating resources to, and why that's got anything to do with LGBTQ. So it could be kind of a case of, okay, maybe they're depopulating people, but even if this were the case, what's that got to do with the LGBTQ? Nowhere. You're muted, by the way. Or I can unmute you, I think. Yeah, you've got to unmute yourself, Paul. I hope you're not speaking, Paul, because you're muted. Okay, I don't know if he knows he's muted.
Oh no, man.
I'm asking him to unmute, and he's not, so... this is weirder than I actually expected it to go, and I feel like I should have known that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting MK Ultra to get brought up, and certainly not so soon in the debate.
Like immediately. Ask him the shape of the earth, says Michelle. This is starting to look like borderline animal abuse. Flem, you're spanking him. I don't think I'm even like spanking him, because like I don't even know what's going on. Maybe it's the vegan diet. God, it's causing me such brain frog.
I'm an adamant booty earther, and I recommend everyone else.
Booty earther?
Booty earther.
I'm a booty earther, not to be controversial. Paul, I hope you know that you are muted, and I've asked you to unmute on the thing. You just have to unmute yourself, just so you know. Just because you were talking and you just kept chatting, and I don't think he knows that I don't know. I don't know why he's literally sending me PDFs about goat milk feed, and he's annoyed that I'm not like reading them. It's like, what have they got to do with anything? It's just like raw lentils are not cheap. You have to sprout them. Right, yeah, let me show you. Like, apparently was that when he said I was running away because I was like not sharing this? Like, this is what this is. Look, raw organic 100% grass-fed goat milk regarding the price increase in goat's milk. Yes, we raised the price but it took us 10 years to do so. It's because he thought that I believed that all animals who are farmed were fed soy. Like, I don't know where he's got that idea from. Like, I'm pretty sure I never said that. No, I don't know why I would say that, because I don't believe that.
No, that's... It's like one step up from citing evidence that contradicts what you say. It's just citing evidence isn't even tangentially related to what's being said. It's just completely like if you ask for evidence that soy feminizes men, he like links you to like the Party City homepage or something. It's just like it has. Oh, his video's on.
Yeah. Oh, now you're back. You're back. I think.
Hello,
Paul.
I don't understand why the program muted me out.
I muted you and asked you to unmute. Because you were talking over me.
How the hell you gonna mute me?
Well, easy. I'm the host of the stream. I can click mute.
Yeah, but that was stupid.
Okay. I can grant that it was stupid.
I thought it was the program that muted me. Why would
No, it was me.
Know that I was muted.
Because I clicked mute.
Why? What was I doing?
Because you were
talking. Got me muted?
You were talking over me while I was still trying to say something that's happened quite a lot, and I was getting annoyed. So I muted you so that you could unmute yourself, under the assumption you'd be able to unmute yourself when I asked you to unmute.
Yeah, but you talk over me too, so why you didn't mute yourself?
Okay, Paul. Right, can we move on to the point that we were, because I've now don't know, do you know where we were?
Yeah, you were talking about you don't believe that all farmers uses soy and corn.
I don't believe. No, I don't believe that. I mean, you asserted beforehand. Well, you just stated that I said that, and I would like to clarify. I never said that. Okay. So yeah, I remember where we were now. So I was asking why you think that veganism, like veganism itself, how on earth can your claim is it's got nothing to do with animal ethics, which is literally the thing that it's about. I could grant that it's not about health, because I don't believe it's about health. It's got nothing to do with health. It's a philosophy regarding how we treat animals.
Well, whatever
and how
animals Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So what you're claiming is that it's got nothing to do with that either, and it's all to do with LGBTQ agenda, which you say is pushed by the government. I'm wondering how on earth this is the case.
Well, you're trying to commit as less animal death as possible. But what about the deaths of the insects and the rodents and the other animals that get killed during crop deaths?
Nicole. Yeah, okay. Could you answer that for me? Because we were talking about this beforehand, Paul, just before you appeared. So this would be like a perfect way for Nicole to just run her argument. Would that be okay?
No, we never talked about this. This is the first
no, you didn't. But her and I did. So go ahead, Nicole. And you said it was okay. Yeah.
So what point are you making by bringing up crop deaths? Like, is that supposed to invalidate veganism somehow?
Yes.
Okay, how does it invalidate veganism?
Because you're still killing animals.
I view veganism as an extension of rights from humans towards non-human animals. So I'm not concerned about whether or not animals are dying. I'm concerned about whether or not their rights are being violated. And I don't think in the case of crop deaths. So then you're not a vegan. Why am I not a vegan?
Because you don't care when animals die in the process of getting meat.
Why does that? Well, it's not that I don't care. It's that I don't view it as a rights violation.
And first of all, when you collect milk from an animal and you collect eggs, no animal is being killed in the process.
Well, generally, I view those things as rights violations.
Rights? What are you talking about?
Moral rights.
What are you talking about? You don't even have any rights. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about moral rights. They're a prescriptive claim about how I think people ought be treated or how we ought to act.
Do you wear a mask outside?
What?
Do you wear a mask outside?
What does that have to do with anything?
Because you don't have any rights if you have to wear a mask outside.
Let's just keep it to veganism, okay? Let's go back to the crops.
Okay, so Paul, if we go back to the idea of crop deaths, right? Under my view, if veganism is about respecting the moral rights of non-human animals, and if I do not view crop deaths as being a rights violation, then therefore the existence of crop deaths does not invalidate the idea of veganism.
So you don't believe in the farmers displacing the animals?
Oh no, I believe it happens.
Property.
No, I believe it happens.
So what are you talking about?
I'm just not convinced it's a rights violation. I'm just not convinced that it's something that's immoral is all.
Oh, so you don't agree that the white people for Christopher Columbus came over here and displaced the Native Americans and killed their they killed the animals, the Native Americans that have any food. They came, killed the animals, and the people wasn't allowed to pretty much eat. They had to eat what the white people had to give them.
Wait, you're gonna have to restate that more concisely because I got lost about halfway through.
You always lost. I don't know what's wrong with you.
You know what? It's the vegan brain fog. I apologize.
Definitely.
Just humor me and restate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, eat a piece of steak. Like, what's wrong with
you? No, Paul. It's just you're really like you're mind-boggling us right now because you're really like these things we haven't thought about. It's really intelligent. So it's just like our brain fog just can't catch up. So you just have to be slow. Can you just restate what you just said, because we are very vegan here and very slow. So can you repeat what you said but slowly?
I mean, maybe if you eat a piece of shrimp or something.
No. We just want you to restate what you said. Just repeat it for us, all right? Just for the sake of for fun.
I just told you about the white people coming over.
Yeah, and what does that have to do with crop deaths, Paul?
What?
What does that have to do with crop deaths?
They took away the food of the Native American.
What does that have to do with crop deaths, Paul?
Yeah, y'all really slow.
Yeah, I know. I'm really slow. This is why I'm just asking. I just want to know what that's got to do with crop deaths. And I'm really slow, so if you could just say it quite slowly for me.
Yeah, but I just told you what the crop deaths was. They displaced the animals. They killed the animals to make more land to grow the corn and the soy. I mean, I don't understand why you slow to the beat.
Yeah, and they feed. We feed that. Firstly, we do also feed that to animals, don't we, Paul?
No.
So are you denying that we feed corn, soy, oats to animals?
In a factory farming, yes.
I mean, it's funny because you showed me this goat milk feed, right? And you said it's corn and soy free, but they use oats, parsley, spelt, canola meal, flax seeds, minerals, lentils. So most of the ingredients in the feed are crops, Paul, aren't they? Like, I'm just going to screen share because you wanted me to read it so much, and I did while you were muted. Just so people can see, the very thing that you apparently consume contains no corn and soy, okay, but as far as I'm aware, oats are also crops. Canola meal, flax seeds, lentils. So there's crop deaths entailed in that, aren't there, anyway? So I don't know what you're talking about. But then Nicole can probably carry on with...
give me a second, because... I don't just order from that farm. I order from other farms.
Okay, so. But you saying when I said we also feed crops to animals, don't we? And when you said no, you're wrong, aren't you, Paul?
No, you need to listen more.
I literally listened because that food you consume. Yes, do you consume this goat milk? Paul, do you consume this goat milk? Work with me here. Yeah, so you do consume a product where the animals were fed grains, which would have entailed crop deaths, wouldn't they, Paul? Which is besides the point anyway, because Nicole was going through the concept of rights violations. Are you confused about what a rights violation is?
Give me a second, because I have to look for this information.
What information are you looking for, Paul?
I'm looking for... I mean, I gotta do 3 things at once, so...
Okay, what are you looking for?
What do you think I'm looking for?
I don't know. What are you looking for? Tell me.
I just said that I have. Let me see.
If what you're looking for is the other sources of the other food that you consume, it doesn't take away from the fact that you do consume foods that require animals being fed crops. So that doesn't change anything. So you adding something to me is quite irrelevant. It's not going to help your case, is what I'm saying. So we don't need to see it. Let's just move on to what I asked you about the rights violation, which was what Nicole was talking about. Are you aware, or are you familiar with what she's getting at? Like when she says rights violation?
No, because rights isn't being violated either way.
Okay, so she can explain how that's, not the case. So go for it, Nicole.
Sure. I mean, it depends on what you mean by rights, because if you just talk about legal rights, then sure, it's not illegal. Their legal rights aren't being violated. If we're talking about moral rights, that's going to depend on the individual, because what I consider to be a right might be different than what you consider to be a right. So you might not consider it to be a rights violation, like to kill someone, but I might. But I'm also like... I'm contemplating whether it's like worth it to just sit here and have a heart-to-heart on like this paranoia about the government being in our lives and in our air, because I feel bad a little bit. But
the government actually allows the factory farmers to feed them anything, so we're not talking about legality.
Yeah, I don't think that the legal rights, or rather, I don't think that the moral rights of individuals are reflected in their legal rights. I think the law still has a long ways to go in terms of treating people in the ways that, or in other individuals in the ways that they should be.
And you agreed beforehand, Paul, when we were talking about how women didn't even have the right to vote, and you're like, well, everyone should have the right to vote. Well, the law didn't allow for that for quite some time. It's quite a new right that we have as women. So, the law does catch up to what ought to be the case. But Paul, can I just ask, right? So I'm assuming when people talk about the gay agenda, or you called it the LGBTQ agenda, do you have a problem with LGBTQ people?
I don't think I have a problem, because y'all don't... Well, yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah? Go on, elaborate.
Yeah, because Biden and Obama are creating... Biden and Obama has created so many rights for them, when homosexuality is only 1% of the population. So why would you create laws and stuff for only 1% of the population when you won't create any laws for black people?
So Paul, the rights, you're saying at the end when you won't do this for other people, right? So for black people. Well, what we're saying... Hang on, Paul. Let me just address that, because there was a lot there. It's like you can grant rights to both. This is the problem. Like we can, and even if there's a small percentage, there's a small percentage with disabilities. Do you believe that people with certain disabilities shouldn't have rights to protect them? Encompass...
Well, thanks for letting me know that homosexuality is a disability.
Pardon?
Yeah. Thanks for letting me know that homosexuality is a disability.
They used to let you know that. What?
Yeah, in the encyclopedia, they put homosexuality in the encyclopedia.
Yeah, they did. They said it was a disease. Do you believe...
All right, so what are you talking about?
Yeah, do you believe it's a disease, Paul?
Yes, it's a mental illness.
According to what? How so?
Who in their right mind would sleep with another woman?
What? Do you not sleep with women? Wait, Paul, do you not sleep with women?
I'm not a woman. I'm a damn man.
But you said who in their right... You said who in their right mind, Paul. That sounded pretty gay, Paul, because you just said who in their right mind would sleep with another woman. That's psycho. Do you sleep with men, Paul?
No, because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot either. That's why I don't sleep with men, Paul.
So, what's your relationship with a woman? Do you lick a woman all day?
No, Paul. That's kind of invasive and bizarre. Plus, we are in a pandemic. I don't know if I should be licking anyone.
So, were you licking women before the pandemic?
How many women have you licked in the past?
Why would I do that, Paul? Because as you said, Paul, like you, that's psycho behaviour. You wouldn't do it, would you? Because why would you sleep with another woman, Paul? That's psycho.
No, I actually do.
Okay.
I actually do lick my woman's vagina.
Okay, that's lovely. Okay, well, we don't need to.
Okay.
We don't need to.
Yeah, okay. Do you lick your woman?
I don't have a woman, Paul. I'm a lonely vocel, okay? But, Paul, listen to me.
Oh, so you a lonely lesbian.
Yes, I'm in a pandemic, Paul. Who can I go near? What are you talking about? What are you doing?
What?
Okay, right, Paul, listen to me. Okay, so let's get back on track. How is it a disease for another woman to want to sleep with another woman?
We just discussed that by saying that a woman...
You said that they're psycho and who in their right mind. Can you substantiate?
No, it's a mental illness. You
How?
just went through that.
How?
The fucking encyclopedia.
But you said it used to say that.
Agreed.
It doesn't. Yeah, it used to say that. It doesn't say it now. It's almost as if we find out information and then we find out new information that overwrites that. So you're citing an encyclopedia that no longer even claims that it is a disease to say that it is a disease.
Actually, there's other things in the encyclopedia that's still in there. That's true.
Okay, Paul. Right. I don't think we're going to get very far, okay? What do you think is inherently wrong? Because when we're talking about disease, we're talking about something that's happening within the body that is typically wrong or harmful. You know, it's causing harm to an individual, or it's causing some kind of like what's the word, like stray from the norm that is a negative, right? So what is it? What's the characteristics of homosexuality, of me like loving another woman? What about that would convey disease?
Well, you can love another woman, but you ain't got to be gay.
Can you answer my question, Paul? What about...
I am answering your question.
Okay, let me rephrase it, because we're not. What about me loving another woman as a woman would entail disease, Paul?
Because my mother loves my sister, but she's not gay.
Yeah, but that would be incest, Paul. And depending on how old your sister is, that paedophilic. So we're talking about something else here.
See, this is the gay shit that I'm talking about. Because my mother loves my sister, why would it have to be incest?
But because we're talking about relationships, Paul. That's why I'm saying if she wanted to pursue a romantic relationship with her daughter, that would be incest. That would be a different thing.
You sound stupid because
I do. I sound really stupid right now, yeah.
Yeah, because your friend. Do you love your friend?
I love my friends. That's why they're my friends. And then I love my given partner at the time. That's why they're my partner.
Are you gay? Because
Not
you
with,
love your friend?
No, because I love them in a different way. Do you know that there are different ways to love?
So what are you talking about?
Okay, Paul. Paul, what in... So wait, hang on. So you could love women, but as friends, why don't you love them as friends?
Kind of dumb is that?
That's a question, Paul.
It's not, because I do love women as my friends.
Yeah. And
I don't have to be in a relationship with every woman.
No, but there would be some women who you would pursue relationships with, correct?
No, because they're irrelevant. I'm married.
Okay, so you love that of whom you're married to, you love them in a different way than you love your friends, yes?
Well, yeah, that's how the hierarchy goes.
Yeah, so in my hierarchy, there would be a woman who I love differently to my friends. or to my family. Because
I
that's
just
how
don't
the
understand why
hierarchy
you
goes,
brought
because
up.
I would be
I don't
married to
understand
her.
why you brought up. I don't understand why you brought up incest. Like that.
Because
That's mad gay.
no, incest is not gay. Incest is incest. Gay is gay. These are two different things. The reason I brought that up is because you said, well, my mother loves my her daughter in this way. She doesn't love them like the way, you know, like a lesbian would love another woman. Well, no, because that's her daughter. That would be incest.
Yeah, that's called being an inbred.
Yes.
My
Well, no,
family's
it
not
depends
inbred.
if you actually mate and then have a baby, then it's inbred. But anyway.
So you can't say it's inbred if that hasn't happened.
No, exactly. You can't. But it would be
incestuous.
It would be
In the
incest.
conversation.
Oh my God, Paul. Okay, let's go back. What is entailed in a woman like myself loving another woman that would convey disease?
What?
You said being gay is a disease, or that you agreed with the stance that it is a disease. How is it a disease? What characteristics does it hold that would convey that it is a disease?
The encyclopedia says it in mental illness.
It doesn't anymore. It once did. So what else do you have?
What else do you have about?
Oh my God,
it not
Paul.
being a disease?
Oh my God. My good God. If there is a God up there, are you listening? Are you? What? Look, absent of the encyclopedia, why do you believe, because I doubt that you framed it specifically on that, why do you believe that being gay is a disease?
Because the encyclopedia said it is.
No. I just said absent of the encyclopedia, and it doesn't say that anymore. So why do you believe it's a disease? Stop appealing to something that no longer even claims that.
Because of your attitude. Your attitude reminisces mental illness.
What attitude? Do you mean mine personally, or gay people's attitude? Do you believe they collectively share an attitude? Or
well,
mine?
Yeah, because you people wanna. I mean, people wanna. Yeah, you people want people to go with the disease. I mean, the media is the media is pretty much representing in the media about being gay, and it's all over the news media. I mean, if you're going to be gay, why do you need to be on television parading?
You know, people can say this about like women, they can say this about other groups. Oh, you're this, right? Fair enough. But why do we have to, like, people literally do this. Like every time in the UK, for example, I don't watch telly, but I see it on like Facebook, where there'll be another like news piece about how people got their knickers in the twist because of an advert that had a black person in it. They'll literally say shit like what you're saying. They'll go, oh yeah, like, so what? We know there are black people here. Why are they like in every single advert? And it's like, well, why do you care? Like, why are you angry that there are black people in these adverts? It makes no sense to me. Like,
why do you care to put it on television? Why can't you just live your gay life and, you know, do things that gay people do? Why you have to put it on television? We don't want to see that shit.
Well, then don't watch it, Paul.
I cannot watch it.
You telling me you're forced to watch the telly?
I go on YouTube and there's a faggot paraded.
Paul, do not say that, or you just get booted. Okay.
So now you're censoring me.
Well,
you're telling me what I can't say.
Yeah. You're not gonna call me a fat Paul, all right? Or I'm gonna call you a fucking shithead. Okay. So listen to me, Paul.
What is that? What is that?
What is a shithead? It's you, Paul. You're a shithead.
That's not funny. That's
no.
Neither's
calling me a faggot, Paul, or calling us, is it, Paul? So listen to me. I don't care.
Okay.
No, Paul,
let me ask you a question.
No, I'm going to mute you again. And you're going to get confused. Right, I've just muted you again, and you're going to get really confused about how to unmute yourself, aren't you? So listen to me. I don't care if people represent themselves. Like, I don't really care. I don't watch telly. I don't care. But at the same time, representation is important. People do want to see themselves, and it is a way in order to make sure that a society does accept things, does come to terms, and don't think like fucking shit like you, Paul. All right? You're a shithead. Right. I think you're unmuted.
Huh?
So representation is important, Paul, because otherwise people start thinking like you in this kind of idea that, oh, it's gross, it's disgusting, it's wrong. What's so disgusting about it, Paul?
What's so disgusting about two women laying down with each other?
Yeah, or a man, or non-binary people, what?
Well, I hope that you're not a religious person.
I'm not. I'm agnostic.
Okay, because the Bible says that type of behavior is an abomination.
Good thing I don't appeal to the Bible or believe anything within it, really, then, isn't it, Paul?
Well, why do you appeal to feminism when there's nothing about feminism that's set in stone, that is actually something that's actually set in stone?
Well, when we're talking about feminism, we're talking about sociology. So we're talking about, facts in society that we know that, is the case that women are treated a certain way. There are certain gender expectations. But Paul, I'm going to end this conversation, okay? Because I've established that you are a shithead. I think you're a shithead. And I hope one day that you're not going to be a shithead. And this is too close to me. Maybe you could talk to somebody who's not gay about this weird problem you have with gay people. If you want to reach out to somebody else, you're in the comments. I'm sure Interspecies would be happy to speak to you, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere. But thank you for coming to discuss with me.
Well, let me say this one last thing.
Is it going to be the F slur?
No, the word isn't even a real word.
Well, you just said it, so I'm stop.
But it's not a real word.
Okay, good. I don't care, Paul.
I mean, you can run away or you want.
Bye. I was like, wait, are you going to use the S slur? He's like, it's not even a real word. It's not even a real word. So I was like, right, well, I think I don't call people, like, names when I'm talking to them. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, well, this is probably where it needs to end. And I did say that you'd probably like debate it, but it's too close to home. I should have known.
Yeah, no, wow, that's fine.
I'm too gay to take it. Thank you so much for your vegan who tipped me a B12 refill. Thank you, I'm gonna need it. This is my refill. Oh.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you think Ellie smells? I'm gonna have to go with a 9 just to be like generous. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like it's about a 9.